It's time now for a look at latest in local news. And the news crossover day took place last week in the General Assembly. Lawmakers in Georgia advanced bills to cut state income taxes, install panic buttons in schools, and strengthen the potency of medical marijuana. They also backed a series of bans on Road Street pet sales, drinks containing hemp, and adoption of diversity, equity, and inclusion policies in schools. A year-long effort to legalize sports betting suffered another setback as lawmakers again punted gambling measures after a late push for approval from supporting legislators earlier in the week. Hundreds of bills brought since January have been dwindled down to several dozen that met a deadline to pass on Thursday's crossover day, when legislation must pass out of at least one chamber to remain alive in the session, which is scheduled to end on April the 4th. When lawmakers hit the floor this week, they'll set their sights on passing an overhaul of Georgia's legal system called tort reform that has topped Governor Brian Kemp's agenda this session. Measure is Senate Bill 68. Its aim is to clamp down on outsized jury awards, tighten legal liability for businesses, and allow juries to see evidence of whether a driver was wearing a seatbelt in a crash. Both bills await final votes in the House. Lawmakers will also create a new budget to fund the state government for the fiscal year 2026, which starts July 1st. A separate $40.5 billion budget received the governor's signature earlier Thursday after passing out of the General Assembly. Still in play are two proposals to let Georgia taxpayers hand over less money in their tax filings. House Bill 111 would lower the state income tax rate by around $869 million in expected collections next year, and House Bill 112 would give taxpayers a $250 rebate this year. Those bills cleared the House Thursday, and they await the vote in the Senate later this week. Once again, we'll be checking in this week with our local delegation. We'll be talking with Stephen Meeks today, as it's Mondays with Meeks. Again, Stephen Meeks will call in. We'll get his thoughts on what's taking place as the session winds down. Again, the final day is set for April the 4th. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Other news, the Wayne County Board of Education is set to meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. for a work session. On the agenda, they'll recognize the GSBA School Board Appreciation Week. Under items of business, they'll discuss their capital outlay projects, and they'll approve and select the construction management firm tomorrow who will oversee the board's three major projects, as they will open bids on their new Ag Center, the new ROTC building, and the new weight room. All that taking place tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Tech Center located at 1365 West Orange Street. Also on the agenda is a look at their CCRPI data, which stands for College and Career Ready Performance. There's also an executive session for personnel. Once again, the school board meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. for a work session. Chamber of Commerce once again will be providing a cookout for all elected Wayne County officials. This event is scheduled for April 15th at 6 p.m. at the Wayne County Farmers Market. Chamber's asking the elected officials RSVP by April 8th so they have an idea of how many people will be attending. Once again, the date and time of the cookout for all elected officials in Wayne County set for Tuesday, April 15th at 6 p.m. at the Wayne County Farmers Market, once again hosted by the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. City of Jesup Commissioners Mayor Ralph Hickox and City Manager Nick Ellis gearing up for their retreat. The dates are Friday and Saturday, March 21st and 22nd at City Hall. Each day the time from 9 a.m. to 3:30. City plans to meet with their department heads, discuss the upcoming city budget. Other topics will be on the agenda as well. Once again, they're staying local as this retreat is taking place at Jesup City Hall. Again, the dates Friday and Saturday, March 21st and 22nd. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news, Wayne County Historical Society is set to meet this Thursday, March 13th at Captain Joe's Seafood Restaurant. Program for the evening will be Old Town Jesup, historic homes and the people who lived in them. It'll be presented by Society members Melba Murphy and Janet Royal. Meeting begins at 7 p.m. on Thursday. The Dutch Street meal precedes the meeting at 5:45. Guests are welcome to join and members are encouraged to attend. And that's taking place Thursday at Captain Joe's Seafood Restaurant. This weekend is Peaches to Beaches. Again, the dates Friday and Saturday, March 14th and 15th. The times from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Official site locations here in Wayne County, the Odom Rec Center, the Coastal Pines Technical College, and 84 Liquidators in Gardai. Make sure you get your application in. Applications are online at www.jesupgeorgia.gov and also www.peachestobeaches.com. You can also stop by the Odom City Hall or Jesup City Hall to pick one up. If you need more information, call the City Halls. Odom City Hall's number is 912-586-2211. Jesup City Hall's number is 912-427-1313. And finally, the news, Oak Quinn Baptist Church this Sunday, proud to host renowned archaeologist Dr. Scott Stripling. Dr. Stripling is Director of Archaeology Institute at Bible Seminary in Katy, Texas. He's been a guest on numerous television programs such as Fox News, the History Channel, and the Discovery Channel. He's currently overseeing the archaeological dig at Shiloh, Israel. And this March 16th Sunday service at Oak Quinn Baptist Church begins at 10:15. Everyone is invited to attend. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.